Hey, good morning. So cutting into these lemons that I picked up yesterday. I picked up a box of them. This is the bowl I'm currently working on. I've already squeezed out about 16, 18 lemons into this bucket, and so I thought I would just bring you along with me because number one, it's boring and I need some company. So that's what we're gonna do right now. I do want to just talk while I'm cutting these up. And so number one, you're not bored just watching me cut these up. But the goal here is for some self-sufficiency in unstable times, obviously. I have heard reports that we will be having a citrus crisis, possibly, if we're not there already. So when I went to get these at the market yesterday, let me just back up 1 second. So I watched someone get a citrus shipment in. They order from somewhere out of California because it's citrus season there right now. And so when she gets this big order, she makes all these things for her freezer, which inspired me. When I went yesterday to get these, I said to the guy, how much for a box of lemons? And he goes, oh, it's a good thing you're not getting limes because those are $75 a box right now. Now, I don't know how many of you buy things in bulk to that extent, but when you buy in a big box, I get the wholesale price, okay? That's the wholesale price, $75. So if you have a little restaurant, you have a store, and you go buy these to get the wholesale price from the farmer's market, you're paying for it, 75 bucks. Now, there's a lot of lemons or limes in there, but the lemons were $39 for the box. And I have taken some photos of the box so you could see it. And right now I'm just cutting up, like I said, 10 to 15 at a time and squeezing them by hand with this. This is a lovely piece of equipment to use when you are cooking. However, when you're trying to squeeze 9,222 lemons, not so lovely. But I'm not complaining. So I promised Mr. Brower that I would not buy an electric juicer. And I don't know, I'll drop a description or a link to one that I'm considering getting, but I promised I wouldn't get one until, so my board's getting full, so I'm going to start squeezing a few here. I can't really probably get you into that. I don't think you need a tutorial on squeezing lemons, but just in case, there's this. I just want you to notice, you're probably going to say, what is that? That is a kite that I got for my grandson that he did not take home. And everybody that came, every grandchild, and we have 7, that came in this house would pick that thing up. And the string would literally just be strung. It would be strung across the floor. So I can't remember which one of my adult children took that thing and hung it up there pre-Christmas, by the way. Probably Thanksgiving. And that's just where it's been. It's just hung there. It's the dragon kite. And it doesn't bother me, so hopefully it doesn't bother you. Did you just get juiced? I feel like I might have squirted the camera. The good news is it's not going to get in your eyes. Anyway, so doing this is for a couple of purposes. Number one, building up arm strength, because I'm definitely doing that today. When I finish this, I'll probably be, I didn't count. So that was what, 2, 3, that was 2. I'll count these before I put them in the bowl, but my goal is that I will have at least done 30 by the end of this round, because the first one I was able to get, I don't know, 15 or 16 out of, maybe a little more. So at least doing that. I have a feeling this is going to take me a couple of days to work through this box. For one, I can't sit here for hours. I have other things to do, but also my hands hurt already. And I'm, 20 lemons in. But I promised I wouldn't buy this juicer until after this season, and we'll see how much do we use it. Because it's one thing to try something new, and our goal here is really to just become as self-sufficient as possible. Now that doesn't mean off-grid and all that stuff. We're not there. I'm a luxury girl. I grew up in the city. I like my AC. I like my power. I like my TV sometimes, and my computer and my Wi-Fi. But understand this. Getting away from the supply chain, as I've said before, is really one of our goals. And so, yeah, I just had to go buy these lemons. But if this goes right, guess who's putting a lemon tree or two or more up? I want to know how much we use them. And so it doesn't always make sense to run out and buy something not knowing how consistent you're going to be with it. We've started projects out here on the farm, and we're like, yeah, this is great. And then we go, nobody wants to do that. It's just too much work. And then you tweak things to what works for your family. Because if I take all this time to do this and we don't use it, number one, I'm going to be super irritated. But number two, I've wasted my time. I've wasted money. I've wasted energy that I could have been expending somewhere else. So I promised him that we would get through this season. I would do this. And we're going to put some in the freezer in quart jars or pint jars, whatever works. Whatever I have room for, which is not much right now. So that's another project I got to do, is go clean out the freezer and make some room for these jars. Yes, you can freeze glass. This will be my first time doing it because I've been super hesitant. I have watched and follow several people that do it. I've gotten what I feel like are some good tips. So most likely what I will do is take my first couple of jars, put them in there as instructed with a 2-inch headspace or more to make room for expansion, because if you don't, it breaks the glass, and nobody wants to clean that mess up, for one. Two, it wastes all my time and energy again. So I told him I would use this hand thing, although I didn't know it was going to be quite this challenging, because some of these are tough. But full. Hello, that's my RoboVac. I think one of the dogs bumped it or something, and she's all bent out of shape because she's off her platform. Anyway, so I'm gonna pause here in just a few minutes, so as not to bore you too much, and I'll come back with each process that we're gonna do. We will be making the pure lemon juice to use for baking, lemonade, whatever. Instead of buying lemon juice at the store, we'll get it out of the freezer, which may be why I will use some pint jars. I don't use a ton of lemon juice, although I might start. But the benefits of having citrus in your diet, which I'm getting by absorption right now, is exponential to your health. So if there's a crisis and we couldn't get them, and we couldn't get even lemon juice, I just decided, hey, I'm going to go get some before prices go up, and I'm going to try this. So, over the course of the next few videos, we will be putting these lemons in jars. Let me count them for you really quick. 2, 4, 6, 8. That's a lie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15. And there's a couple more in there that I've already done. So we've been here about 9 minutes. I've done over half of these. So I don't think it's going to be a long process. It's just tedious and my hands are cramping already. So we'll see how far I get through this. But this is how much lemon juice I've gotten out of 30 lemons. And I don't know if you can see the number on there. I can't see it from here. Can I? I don't know. I can't see it. I'll turn it on. Whoa. Anyway, nonetheless, it's a significant amount. It will probably fill up a quart if I had to guess. I can see the numbers, but I can't quite make it out with the shininess and the glare. What is that? A milliliter? That is a milliliter. So we're at about just under 1,000 milliliters with 30, approximately 30 lemons. Anyway, not to bore you any further with this, I'm going to pause. I'm going to keep going on this. I'll get back to you as soon as I start the process of putting them in jars. These lemon peels, in case I didn't say it initially, will become lemon vinegar. We'll go through that process. Lemon extract, we talked about that, which is more for like baking, where lemons are more for cooking. And some of them I will probably slice up and we'll use them fresh in some water. We've been just battling like viral crap for the entire winter, it feels like. And so anytime we can up our vitamin C intake through easy things, that's sort of my goal. So I appreciate you sitting and watching me cut and squeeze lemons, and I hope you come back to finish watching the process.